Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of the day you're watching this broadcast. This is Dr. Erectile Dysfunction with IEM approach, where we inspire, equip, and motivate people to discover God's great potential in them, develop that potential, and deploy it. I want to thank you so much for joining us today. I know there are many other places you would have preferred to tune to, but you are here today because it was meant to be. I have a lot in store for you. Will you please do me a favor by sharing this broadcast and inviting other people to join us? I would greatly appreciate that. In addition to that, if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, also hit that notification button so that each time I come on live, you'll be aware. That is going to be very helpful as well. I'm well aware of the fact that information alone is not enough. If information alone was enough, all of us would be healthy, rich, unfortunately, we have to add action to all the information that we gather daily. Maybe information that we get from listening to a broadcast like this one, reading a book, going to school, taking a class, watching a movie, a documentary, listening to a podcast. Never deceive yourself that because you have some information, it's going to automatically translate into results. Let me repeat that. Information is just information. If your information that you have does not translate into action, you just have some information, you have some head knowledge. You only know and you know something when it influences the actions that you take. It's important for you to understand that and make sure all the different areas of your life that you want to see changes and improvement in, you are doing. Yes, I said doing. You are taking the right actions. That is very important because the work is in the doing. Unfortunately, we are living in a microwave generation, a generation of instant gratification, a generation of wanting things to happen without process, a generation where if we want something now, there's no patience to wait to go through the process. It doesn't work like that. I want to encourage you to work on your marriage. Good marriages are not the result of an accident. Good marriages are based upon intentionality, people rolling up their sleeves, putting in the time, the energy, the effort, and the hard work. And I'm going to be focusing on an area of marriage that is so important. However, when you read marriage books, the focus It's on communication, on sex, and money. I don't know why that is the case. Maybe people are not very comfortable talking about exercise, what we eat, our weight, our health. Are we talking about health and how health impacts money and the overall quality of the marriage? What I'm sharing with you today is actually coming from some resources that my wife and I have put together. We've been exercising regularly 5 days a week, averaging about 30 miles. In fact, we do somewhere between 1,400, 1,500 miles in a year. We've done that, come rain, come shine, for more than 10 years. And it dawned on us after we re-evaluated our marriage and we saw the benefits of exercising together. It dawned on us that other couples can benefit from some of what we've learned. The journey I'm calling you upon, it's not an easy one. It's very difficult. And we are very candid in the book. We share our own struggles, we share our own failures, we share our own challenges. And the basic line is the purpose is that if you can learn something and apply, it's going to improve your marriage, it's going to make your marriage better, stronger, and happier. I would like to get your feedback as well. This has been streamed on multiple channels and platforms. I can't interact with you directly right now. However, I will appreciate if you can leave your comments, your questions, and we are going to get back to you. As I've said, information is not enough because at times you may even be having faulty information. It's in the doing that you will know if you know what you think you know. I don't know where your marriage is. I don't know how you're faring, but I know this one thing. If you and your husband, if you and your wife, if both of you can figure out how to go out at the same time together and do the same activity, the same exercise activity, it's going to change your marriage. It's going to move it from good to better and from better to best. And even if you're at the best, it can become splendid, can become fantastic. There's always room for improvement. But exercising together is going to be challenging. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. However, just because it's difficult, it doesn't mean you should not try. Just because it's difficult, it doesn't mean it's impossible. You can do it because you have what it takes. I'm not going to keep you wondering how you're going to go about this because we have some resources here. The first one, Enhance Your Marriage, The Surprising Benefits of Exercising as Husband and Wife. The book, written together by my wife and I, it's going to help you figure out your why. The why is what is going to help you exercise through thick and thin. It's an easy read. We share from our hearts with the hope that it can help your marriage move it to the next level. After we wrote the book, it dawned on us that the practicality can be challenging. Actually, going out there, having a program that you follow can be challenging. That's why we put together this 90-day challenge for couples to challenge themselves and engage in an exercise activity. In our case, we run. We strongly recommend running together. We strongly recommend running in the morning so that you get it out of your way. It's not easy to build these habits, but we hope that if both of you can stick it out for 90 days, something is going to rub off. Please, I don't want you to misunderstand me at all. If you're a couple out there and you are struggling, you can afford the $9 for this manual, reach out to me. I will ship the book to you. However, if you consider the cost of a failed marriage to $9 to grab the book and change your marriage, you will be making a huge mistake. Help is available. My wife and I will hold your hand if you want us to coach or mentor you. Reach out to us. Now, that being said, let's get into what I have for you today. I've already talked about the importance of making sure that you exercise together as husband and wife and exercise regularly. It's not going to be easy, but you have what it's going to take for you to do that. Now, some of you may be thinking, what's the big deal about this exercise of a thing? Everybody's talking about exercise. I'm really doing well. I don't exercise. My grandparents didn't exercise. My great-grandparents didn't exercise. And my parents didn't exercise, and they just did well. I'm not here to evaluate how healthy you are. I don't know how strong your marriage is even. But I'm presenting information, and I want you to evaluate the information based upon where you are. You can only know how healthy you are by going to the doctor and taking your vital signs, your weight, your blood pressure, cholesterol, and you're going to figure out, the doctor will let you know if you're healthy or not. That notwithstanding, some of you listening to me right now, you may be suffering from some of these, what we call modern diseases that are directly linked to a sedentary lifestyle and eating junk food, overly processed foods, a lot of sugars. If you are suffering from any of these problems that I'm going to list, just some of them, in fact, research has shown that we're having more than 35 different diseases that are tied to a lifestyle of not exercising and eating healthy foods. Heart disease is becoming the number one killer globally. Obesity is becoming an epidemic, especially in places where the Western diet is being adopted. What is driving me is the fact that the quality of your marriage, in other words, the enjoyment, the peace, the joy, the pleasure you're going to have in your marriage is tied to your level of exercise and how you eat, and what you eat, why you eat when you eat. Because the food you eat and the lack of exercise is going to determine the quality of your health. And without good health, you can't enjoy that marriage. And the quantity of your marriage is how long the marriage is going to last, how long you're going to live. If you want a high quality, high quantity marriage, you must take care of your health. And while we're at it, remember you're now married, you're not single, there's no room for selfishness. You cannot insist to keep eating in a way that is detrimental to your health. And where your ill health is going to impact your partner, your ill health is going to impact your finances, your ill health is going to impact your communication. Marriage is hard work. Those who succeed work at it. And this is your opportunity to get behind it. Figure out a way. Push yourself hard and get together with your husband or your wife and come up with an exercise plan. Now, if you think I'm just blowing smoke here, I'm going to give you some of the diseases that are directly tied to not exercising and not eating right. Erectile dysfunction. Are you a man out there because of excessive weight? You are no longer able to sexually meet the needs of your wife. You are having erectile dysfunction. You're no longer having an erection because of what you've been eating and poor health. You need to do something for you and for your wife and get your manhood up and functioning again. Some of you are on medication that is leading to erectile dysfunction. If you change your diet, if you change what you eat, and you exercise, it's going to help. Type 2 diabetes. How many of you are on insulin? Now remember, disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. Consult your doctor, but I want you to understand this. There are many cases that people have reversed type 2 diabetes because they've been able to control their blood sugar. They've been able to control the amount of processed sugars and other carbs that go into their bodies. High blood pressure, stroke, cardiovascular diseases, heart attacks. It's happening all around us. You can prevent that. You can do something about it. Breathing problems. You are hyperventilating. You can take 2-3 steps without feeling exhausted. You sleep in the night, you're snoring. And when you snore, your quality of sleep is low, and the quality of the sleep of your husband or your wife, whoever is sleeping with you in that room, on that bed, they don't get deep sleep. You need to do something about it. You need to change. And this is your opportunity to wake up and do something about it. Anxiety, stress, low self-esteem, feelings of depression, osteoporosis, poor balance, bone fracture, falls, arthritis, colon cancer, breast cancer, endometrial cancer, gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, pain, constipation, gallbladder diseases. The list can go on and on and on. I don't know if you identified any of those you're suffering from. This is your opportunity. It is when you are healthy, it's when you are strong, that you can better take care of your health. Please don't wait to be hit by a disease before you make a U-turn. Now is the time for you to make a U-turn. My wife always says this. Let me borrow this line from her. Your health is the most important resource God has given to you, and it is only you and you alone that can take care of your health. Only you. Nobody is going to do that for you. Your health is connected to your productivity. Your health is connected to your career. Your health is connected to your parenting. Your health is connected to your marriage. Your health is connected to everything. We're talking about physical health here. At IEM Approach, we believe in the spiritual and the physical. Right now, I'm admonishing you to align your life, to get your physical life in order. There's going to be discussion on the spiritual side some other time. Last time I asked these questions, and I'm going to ask them again before I start wrapping up what I have for you today. How much money has your family spent on doctor visits and prescription drugs? You're keeping track of it? How much money? How much are you going to spend if nothing changes? Where you've been, we can predict where you are going if you don't make any changes. Yeah, for some of you, you are exercising alone, you're feeling good, you're not spending any money on drugs and medications. However, your wife or your husband is not, and it's bringing a lot of tension and stresses in the family because you know the negative impact of a sedentary lifestyle and eating wrongly on their health and on your marriage. This is an opportunity for both of you to do something about it. No excuses, please. If you don't make some changes, nothing is going to change. Are you seeing that your refusal to change your bad eating habits and sedentary lifestyle is costing you money and will eventually destroy your marriage, your lives? This is not a joking matter. It's a matter of life and death. Well, some say, who cares? We're all going to die anyway, sure. But the quality of your life right now, if you have a year to live, what is the quality of that year? Focus on the quality of life. The rest will take care of itself. For the sake of your health, your marriage, and your life, it's crucial that you and your husband or wife start eating healthily and exercising together. It's for your good. It's for your good. If you want a strong marriage, you must be healthy. There is no selfishness in marriage. You have to think about the marriage. You have to prioritize the relationship and do everything within your power to make sure your life, your choices are going to help that relationship. As simple as this may sound, it will take hard work to pull it together. We struggled a lot. In our case, we struggled a lot over the years. But eventually, we found a way out. It's going to be a struggle. I run faster than my wife. My stamina is stronger. However, I had to figure out a way. We had to figure out a way how to run at the same time. When you read a book, you get it in there. Be aware that many have tried and failed because it is a sensitive and challenging issue to deal with. Many have given up their attempts because the way forward is complicated. You know, it's a hot button issue when we talk about weight, when we talk about food, when we talk about exercise. I used to jokingly say that it's like you stepping on a landmine and you just hear, please take my legs and spare the rest of my body. Some of you can't talk about food and exercise because the party that is eating and is overweight, that is unhealthy, gets very defensive, they push back very aggressively, and so the other party shuts up. And that is why when you look at marriages where one person is exercising regularly, they're eating right, and the other party is not, there are issues in that marriage. You should be able to talk about these things without fear or shame. And this is your opportunity. Invite your wife, your husband. Listen to what I'm saying here. It's going to change your marriage. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your career. It's going to change your bottom line, finances. You will spend less on medications because you won't be sick as often. Yes, many have tried and failed, but you can make it. Love warrants that we tackle this problem. Love enough to speak the truth. If your husband is not eating healthily, if they've already lost their erection, their blood pressure is going through the roof, they're putting on excessive weight, and you say you love them, and you can't talk about it, you're going to become a widow sooner or later. And if your wife is piling on those pounds, and to you, you love them so you don't talk about it, you will be a widower very soon. It's a time bomb. It's just what it is. And that is why you need to do something. Sit down and talk about it. Talk about the quality of your marriage, the quality of your health, the quality of your lives, and the impact of not exercising on your own bottom line as a family. The amount of money you are spending, the amount of sick days you are having, the missed opportunities to travel, to express your love for one another. It's time for you to do something about it. See, our hope for you is that you face this issue head on. Stop putting it on the shelf. Now, today is the time to do something about it. Now is the time to take action. Now remember this, without good health, nothing else matters. So long as you're on earth, without good health, nothing else matters. It's easy for us to neglect our health. Don't wait until you have a health crisis to make a U-turn. The time to act is now, because our hope is that you will face this head on and do everything within your power. I said everything within your power. If you need to see a therapist, a counselor, whatever you need to do, you need to do everything within your power to salvage your health, your finances, and your marriage. The cost of not doing anything is enormous because you will lose financially, you will lose in your health, and eventually in the marriage. If your marriage is that important, prioritize it, put in the time, the energy, and the effort. The time to act is now. And what you have to do is start exercising together as a couple. If two of you are already exercising, wow, that is fantastic. You need to move it a step further. Figure out a way for both of you to exercise at the same time, doing the same exercise, doing the same activity. That is what we're pushing at. Try it for the 90 days. Just try it. Okay? Try it. and then see how it goes. It's going to be very difficult, yes. And so that is why it's very necessary. It's going to be one of the most wonderful things you ever do if you can figure that out. Fortunately, we'll have the resources available for you to use and figure that out. When you exercise together, you'll be saving money because you will eliminate any illnesses related to a sedentary lifestyle. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great? Less sick days, less money spent, more time to have fun, more time to enjoy each other. It's time to do something about it. If you understand what putting on those extra pounds have done to your relationships, it's only you that knows. You can get back to where you were. Therefore, you will spend less money on what? Hospital visits and prescription drugs. In addition to saving money on your health, you have fewer sick days, you show up at work, you have fun, and your productivity will be maximized. Because why? You're not calling off sick, you're working. Even if you have your own business, you'll be able to see your clients, be productive, whatever you're doing to earn a living, you have the time and the energy to do it because you're not always sick. If I were sick, I would not be doing this broadcast. If I were on a hospital bed, it would be a whole different story. And that is why, for the sake of others, for your own sake, the sake of your marriage, your children, it pays to be healthy. Do something and do something now. Say you'll be getting the best deal. By exercising, your physical and financial health and your marriage will improve. To tell you the truth, after more than 10 years of exercising, I can say without blinking, I feel better. I have more energy in every domain now than I did 10 years ago when I wasn't exercising regularly. I want you to try it. It's not about how you feel. It's not about what you think. It's about the results. And while I'm at it, let me add this. We don't exercise regularly because we got up in the morning and we're like, oh, wow, what a good idea. It feels wonderful. No, it feels crappy. Most of the mornings, I don't want to go exercise, especially now that places are getting cold, it's even the worst. And in the summer, time to get up in the morning is already very hot. And that is why part of the reason we kept failing is because I used to get up in the morning and we'll ask ourselves, oh, it's too cold outside. Should we go exercise today? It's too hot outside. Should we go exercise today? We slept late. Should we go exercise today? We don't feel like going out to exercise. Should we go exercise today? Can we do it tomorrow? Can we push it forward? And now, guess what? 99% of the times, when we said, oh, should we go out? We'll say, oh, let's not go out. We'll give each other a pat on the back. It's easier to lie on bed in the morning, give each other a hug, especially in the winter, and just have fun. However, we got up one morning and we changed the question. We change our minds and we put an injunction. Instead of asking, it's too cold outside, should we go exercise? The question is, it's too cold outside. How warm should we dress? It's too warm outside. How warm should we dress? And by the way, we vowed never ever to ask that question again. Should we go exercise? It is not up for questioning. It's not up for consideration. We changed our minds and we said, this is what we do. It's like brushing your teeth. I grew up watching my dad brush his teeth. Watch him, no matter where we went. He always did that the last thing in the night. He always brushed his teeth. I tried it and I failed. I tried it and I failed. I kept trying and trying. And right now, I can declare that it's been so ingrained now in my brain. No matter what happens, no matter where I am, no matter how tired I am, no matter how sleepy I get, I brush my teeth in the night before I go to bed. It just kicks in. I built that habit, and now I'm adding flossing to it. You have to build habits. Stop saying, oh, in my family we are like this, in my family we are like that. Oh, all of us, all my aunties have weight, my grandparents have weight. That is just in our genes. This is how we are. You believe in a lie. The question you should be asking is, how has my family been eating? How did my parents eat? What do my uncles eat? What is their lifestyle? And please don't tell me that, oh, you exercise, you don't exercise, you eat right, you don't eat right. It doesn't really matter. It does. It does. It does. We are eating too much food and eating a lot of bad food. It's killing us. It's emptying our pockets, shutting our lives, wrecking our relationships, making us sick. And we don't want to have that conversation because the sensitive issue don't allow your taste buds to rule your life, to ruin your life. And stop digging your grave slowly with your own teeth. Whatever goes into your body, you need to think about it. Your body is not a junkyard. Stop dumping junk in your body. Just because something is convenient, just because it's convenient to order pizza, order this, and drive through this, deliver that, yada, yada, yada. Just because it is convenient, it does not mean it is healthy. Just because they are selling it, it does not mean you should buy it. Just because you go to the supermarket, you see it on the shelves, it does not mean you should consume it. Vote with your pocketbook. Vote with your money. Nobody's going to force you to buy what you don't want to buy. That is why I want the government to stay out of our lives. Stop the mandates and pushing people to do things they don't want to do. It's a free country. You got a choice. I don't drink soda. I haven't drank a soda for more than 10 years now. Yes, I don't. Is it shocking? Is it surprising to you? I have an entire book here on the dangers of sugary drinks, and we're going to have that conversation. Why do you mix sugar and CO2 and dump it in your body? Of what good is that? Drink water. Feel good. Be healthier. Nobody's going to force you to drink Coke or drink any other color water plus sugar. It's killing us. We are addicted to sugar and salt. And some of these companies, I'm not naming any names, they've perfected how to stimulate the pleasure centers in our brain. Do you know while you are sleeping, there are people in the labs working hard to figure out how to give you good pleasure from what you eat so that you're going to be eating it over and over? When you take a soda can and you say, oh, it has sodium, it's an indirect way to say it's having salt in it. You drink the salt, you get tastier, you drink more. Your waistline is expanding, your health is going downhill, and you're just watching it go downhill like that. Please do something. It's going to be tough, but it's doable. I hope. Let this be enough motivation for you and your wife or your husband to encourage and challenge each other to start exercising regularly, both of you. And while we talk about regular exercise, it's not exercising once in a month, once in 3 weeks, once a week. No, That is not going to cut it. May I suggest to you that you exercise every day of the week until you build a habit before you have the permission, before you earn the right to skip 2 days? Most of you have tried and failed because you barely build a habit. You start skipping days, you start giving yourself a break. It's a lifestyle. You're going to exercise until the day you die if you really want to have a quality life. It's not about, I'm going to exercise now and then to. No, you're going to exercise until the day you die. Say somebody that's been doing that for 10 years now. It is not easy, but the benefits are immense. The benefits are immense. As a couple, team up, hold each other accountable, encourage each other. Wives, stop nagging your husband. We have this resource here. You guys have to sit down and figure out how to do it. And if your husband is not willing to listen, why don't you let him watch this together? You know how to get to your man. You know how to get to your man. You don't want me to tell you. You know where to tickle him. Figure out a way to sit down and watch this broadcast together. Man to man. And if you are the husband, don't you think your children, your wife, your grandchildren deserve better? Why do you want to drop dead before time? Why? Just because you must eat something? It's time to put everything on the line for the sake of your health, for the sake of your wife, for the sake of the love of your life. It's time to put everything on the line. Make up your mind. I'm going to do whatever is going to take to get back my health, to get back my vitality, to get back my energy, to get back my strength. Make up your mind about it. Man up enough to listen to your wife, to walk together, humble enough to show some leadership. And to you men who keep reminding your wife, oh, honey, you put on a lot of weight. You're no longer looking the way you were looking when I saw you before we got married. I like the way you were. I could carry you easily. Right now, I cannot. If I added those 50, 80, 100 or what, 200 pounds, whatever. Now, man, I don't like. And some of you, their solution to it is to be running behind younger, slimmer, or whatever other women. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. Is that a solution? How is that working for you? You say you love that woman? You love her? Are you talking trash to her like that? What have you done? Oh, I've tried and failed. You have to try hard. Get your wife together, sit down and watch this. Watch it. You're man enough. You know where to tickle your wife? Yeah, do it. Sit down and watch this together. Have a conversation. Save your marriage. Show leadership. You are exercising alone and benefiting alone. And you say you love that woman. No. Two of you have to. You have to hold her hand. You have to take her out. You have to baby her. You have to pamper her. You have to make it happen. I remember when I started with my wife. At one point, I was holding her hand and literally dragging her along. We passed that stage. It's going to take some very hard work. It takes men of courage to not only talk, but sacrifice. Get down into the trenches and lead by example. Together, the two of you can have the greatest fun. I mean, we sure are. Do something, and now is the time. Your health cannot wait. It cannot. Every passing day that goes by that you're not exercising and you are eating junk, you are reducing your lifespan, the quality of your life, your finances, your pocketbook is being hampered. You cannot go wrong. exercising to get. It's only going to be a benefit. It will only have a positive impact on your health, your wallet, and marriage. So do it now. And I know some of us are like, yeah, we already know this. Sure, show me that you know by doing it. Show me that you know by taking action. Show me that you know by executing. Show me that you know by making the changes. Show me that you know by making different choices. When you go to the cafeteria, show me that you know by what you do. If you need help, help is available. If you don't want us to help you, many other people out there willing to help. Just don't. Continue doing what you're doing right now and expecting to get different results. We're looking at chapter 3 today of the book. It's talking about the impact of exercise on your wallet, your finances. We're going to talk about sex next time, so stay tuned. Yes, we're going to talk about exercise and sex. What exercise does sexually for you. I want you to tune on. Not just the men, but the women as well. Because sex has to do with blood moving. You need stronger arteries. I'm not going to spoil it for you. Until next time, stay tuned. God bless you. Share this broadcast. If you have questions, you have any doubts, you have any concerns, let me see the comments. I'm going to address them, and my phone number is also on the below the screen. It's my direct number. If you call, I will answer the call for you. God bless you and remain blessed.